Fun story, the picture that was right there last week that was just like crooked on the wall, I took it off and I put a new little sticky thing on and stuck it back on the wall, and then it came crashing down at 3 a.m. and shattered. So I need to get it a new frame because it was great. I loved that, every second of it. Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video I want to give you a little more information on my AFI Top 100 Films of All Times challenge thing. So the list of movies I compiled is a combination of 2 of the American Film Institute's Top 100 Films list. I'm pretty sure they have one of these lists for like every genre imaginable, but I decided to go for the Top 100 Greatest American Films of All Time list and combine that with the Top 100 Greatest American Films of All Time 10-year anniversary list, which comes out to a total of about 122 films. Full disclosure, I had a mild panic attack before this filming because I was like, wait a second, have I been lying to everyone this whole time and these aren't all the top 100 films of all time? They're American films. I didn't remember it being 100 American films, but turns out they go by production company, not really like where in the world they were filmed. Because there were some films that I was like, these are not American films. They are. So yeah, before I tell you exactly what the first film of the challenge is going to be, I wanted to take a moment to give you a little more information on what you can expect from this challenge. So the idea is each week I'm going to pick a movie and then find the who, what, where, when, why, and how. Maybe not all of that, but we'll see. And give you a brief summary of the film, the MPAA, Motion Picture Association of America rating, so like PG, PG-13, R, etc., you know. Find any awards it's received, talk about the history, background, cool facts about the film, director, creation of the film. Maybe look at some professional reviews of the film and talk about the cinematography, mise-en-scène, acting, etc., film talk, you know. Then at the end I'll give you a personal review, 1 through 5, and then whether or not I think it truly is one of the 100 greatest films of all time. And then I'll pick another movie. Cool? Cool. I also had a really lovely commenter on my previous video suggest either finding an activity that was featured in the film or that invokes a feeling of the film that I watch each week to try to make it a more personal experience and a more whimsical experience, which I think is a really great suggestion, and I want to find a way to do that. I believe they said go to a diner for Pulp Fiction and go on a walk for Lord of the Rings. I think that sounds really nice, and I will definitely try to implement that. So thank you again, because that was a really cool idea. So I decided early on that the best way for me to do this challenge and like actually do it would be to take all the titles, put them in a hat, pull one out at a time instead of just like leaving them on a list and like picking them as I went, because that'll just make me pick the ones that I like and that I'm excited for and not the ones that I'm not excited for. So this is the way I'm doing it. So in preparation for this challenge, I printed out my compiled list and then I highlighted the ones that I knew for sure that I had already seen, just to like add a little more color in there so it's not like a black and white void. Then I used this handy dandy little paper cutter I bought online and I cut each movie out into individual little strips. I eventually got my technique down pretty well, but I also sometimes wasn't really paying attention and I cut a couple of the titles in half. Sorry, Hobbitses. But I think the first part of the titles is recognizable enough that this won't really matter, and I still have the entire list on my laptop, so like, oh well. I think it's less obvious what films I'm pulling and more fair if they're all uniform size anyway, so it all works out, I think. So once I had all the titles clipped, I got out the perfect container to contain all of these movie titles. My camera lens mug. I've used this to drink out of in the past, but it's small and I have other cups, and it was perfect for this because it's a camera lens, so it works. So then I just started folding all the little titles and throwing them in the cup, and then I realized they were too big, so I refolded them into smaller pieces and I put them back in the cup and they all fit. Then I dumped them all back out and I pulled my first movie, which is Schindler's List. Ouch. Schindler's List is like 3 hours long and I'm pretty sure it's all in black and white, and the first time I ever tried to watch it, which is also the only time I ever tried to watch it, I fell asleep immediately. Yeah. However, I do already know some fun facts, well, not really fun, but I do know some facts about this film because I took a class on Steven Spielberg so I know some stuff about this movie. Number one, it won 7 Oscars overall, like for cinematography, directing, like all that. It won 7 Oscars. And number 2, one of those Oscars was Steven Spielberg's very first ever Best Directing Oscar. Like, it was the first film he won an Oscar for, so that was cool. And Spielberg did not take a dime for this movie. I think it made like 230 million or something like that. He did not take a single cent from this movie. He donated it all to Jewish organizations and Holocaust funds. He refused to take any money for it. So that's what you can look forward to. I don't really want to say I'm excited to watch Schindler's List, but I'm gonna watch it. So I will come at you at a later date with information and my thoughts and feelings about this movie. It's gonna be rough, but we'll get through it. Schindler's List coming at you soon. I'm gonna go looking into it. So yeah, see you later, alligator. I have a prompter right here, so if you see me looking there and there and there, it's because I can never remember all the thoughts that I have, so I wrote them down into a prompter so that I can remember. Yeah. Take a deep breath. I can read. I can read. We're good. Deep breath. It's just me in here and the cats. It's just me and the cats. Calm down. Underwear. Don't look at my bed. It's a mess. And now it's, oh, well, now it's broken.